My friend, after what happened recently, Jikook fans haven't stopped talking about these moments. A simple video ended up revealing something few expected: Jimin mentioning Jungkook in a way that immediately stirred up memories and emotions related to the time they shared together. But that was just one piece of the puzzle, because later another statement appeared that once again demonstrated how present Jungkook is in Jimin's thoughts. And when one of the most talked about moments of the last few days arrived, his reaction once again became a hot topic. Stay tuned, because we'll also see those gestures that speak louder than words and a special story involving Jimin and his enormous influence. Jin's new vlog gave us all a wonderful surprise, those of us who love seeing Jimin and Jungkook together. In the video, you can clearly see our Jikook training in the same place, and in a very sweet moment, Jimin approaches Jin to encourage him, telling him he's doing great with his exercises. But Jin struggles a bit and says to the camera that the routine is incredibly tough and super difficult for him because he can't even do 20 repetitions in a row. Here comes the most exciting part for all of us who follow their every move, because Jimin confesses something very important and direct about his relationship with Jungkook. Jimin very naturally shares that Jungkook absolutely loves that specific exercise, and that's why he reveals that Jungkook practiced it countless times throughout his military service. At the same time, Jimin very sincerely admits that he didn't like doing that routine at all because it made him feel incredibly tired and awful afterward. This shows us that Jimin knows Jungkook's every taste and every detail of his daily life perfectly, paying attention to everything he likes. This beautiful gesture makes it crystal clear to the entire fandom that Jimin always cherishes those beautiful memories that connect him to Jungkook. Although Jimin didn't enjoy such a strenuous exercise, the simple fact that he remembered it and directly associated it with Jungkook in the middle of Jin's vlog is a real sign of their beautiful bond. We, as fans, know that these details aren't a coincidence, but rather proof that they are connected in everything they do. On BTS's Best Interview show, we witnessed another wonderful moment where Jimin and Jungkook's closeness was on full display for everyone to see in a beautiful way. Jimin, with incredible ease and without any effort, said something very direct that created a super warm and loving moment on camera. His exact words were, "It's not about what I packed, it's about what Jungkook packed." Hearing him speak so naturally about Jungkook's things, everyone in the fandom immediately understood the great trust they have in organizing their lives together as a couple. This might sound like a light-hearted joke to some, but the reality conveys that beautiful, playful feeling that Jimin simply can't go on tour anywhere without Jungkook by his side. The statement makes it very clear that when Jungkook is around, everything becomes much easier, more fun, and more fulfilling for Jimin in every way. There's nothing to hide. Jimin directly expresses that he needs Jungkook's company and belongings to feel happy and comfortable during the band's long tours, demonstrating that they are truly inseparable. This small comment conveys a gentle sense of routine, revealing an easy and comfortable closeness that only exists in genuine couples who share everything in their daily lives. Seeing this, we realize that they are incredibly used to looking out for each other and that Jungkook's luggage is indispensable for Jimin's travels. The sweet way they compliment each other in public is a clear sign of their strong relationship, which touches us all. There's one very specific action that really catches the attention of all of us who love Jikook, and that's seeing how Jungkook seems to be absolutely always looking out for Jimin, even in the simplest, most everyday moments. For example, when the whole group is gathered in a work meeting, sharing a meal, or doing any other group activity, and Jimin decides to get up from his seat, the other BTS members usually just keep talking amongst themselves or continue what they were doing as if nothing had happened. This is something completely natural that happens in any group of friends or colleagues, since everyone is focused on their own thing without paying much attention to who gets up or sits down at the table. But with Jungkook, things are completely different and very special, because he immediately changes his behavior and follows Jimin with his eyes fixed wherever he goes, showing that his gaze is completely on his partner. He doesn't stay still for a second, but rather asks him directly and loudly where he's going, gets up from his chair right behind him to go to his side, or always checks very carefully if Jimin needs anything or is missing anything at that moment. For all of us fans who observe every detail, seeing this protective, attentive, and direct behavior during meals or gatherings is a very clear sign of the beautiful relationship they have and the mutual care that exists between them. This beautiful and constant care shows us directly that Jungkook can't and doesn't want to take his eyes off Jimin, no matter what's happening around them or how many people are in the room. And what about Jungkook's beautiful and moving reaction when he saw Jimin do the backflip? Jungkook knows firsthand how much Jimin suffers and how hard he works with each of his dance steps and acrobatic moves, so seeing him execute such a difficult and dangerous move, even while sick and with a weakened immune system, surely made the moment even more special and meaningful for him. Jungkook has immense admiration for Jimin's willpower, and seeing him put all his effort into completing the move despite not feeling well, his supportive reaction was immediate and direct, showing him that he wasn't alone. Of course, being his loyal and lifelong partner, Jungkook would never leave Jimin alone during that moment of filming and joined in the fun with so much joy and energy without a second thought. Jungkook quickly positioned himself next to him and completed the backflip together at the same time, turning the whole scene into a hilarious moment filled with laughter and a unique connection between the two in front of the camera. This action clearly demonstrates that Jungkook is always ready to go along with Jimin in everything he does, supporting him with complete maturity both in difficult health challenges and in moments of playfulness, jokes, and fun. It is precisely these small but precious moments of mutual support and real connection that fill the hearts of all the fans who support Jikook with so much warmth and emotion. Seeing how Jungkook doesn't hesitate to join Jimin so he doesn't have to do that difficult move alone, and to cheer him up and lighten the mood while he was sick, is direct and real proof of the strong bond that unites them as a couple both on and off stage. We also want to talk about something truly beautiful that happens between Jimin and Jungkook in every video they share with us. For some people, simple physical contact is just an insignificant touch, but for bonds as deep and special as theirs, it represents the very meaning of their connection. Jikook has such an immense and real closeness that they absolutely don't need words to understand each other in front of or behind the cameras. It all begins very naturally and spontaneously with a hand brushing against a shoulder or arm during any group activity. When you see them together on screen, you immediately notice that they are two bodies of different sizes, but in that precise moment, they convey the exact same sense of peace, where one is smaller and the other larger. This beautiful physical difference between them doesn't separate them at all. Instead, it makes their harmony feel much softer, warmer, and sweeter in the eyes of all the people in the fandom who support them wholeheartedly. For them, complementing each other in such a beautiful way is the most natural thing in the world, as if it were a beautiful story already written and kept deep in their hearts for a very long time. The constant touch between Jimin and Jungkook isn't just a friendly habit or a boring routine to look good in front of the public. It becomes a real language of total trust and security that we as fans can see from miles away in every video. It's as if the world around them is too noisy, stressful, or full of work pressures, and every small, affectionate touch they give each other manages to completely silence all that external noise, leaving a soft and beautiful calm within them both. Sometimes, a simple, lingering gaze isn't enough to show everything they feel for each other, because their hearts yearn to be even closer and more connected amidst their daily routines. That's why a small touch, a brief contact, sometimes on a shoulder or sometimes on an arm, becomes the clearest sign of the beautiful relationship they share as a couple. The sweet contrast in their body sizes makes every moment they spend together in vlogs or shows feel much more intimate, more real, and filled with a unique connection that can't be faked. No matter where in the world they are or how many people are watching, that subtle physical contact always carries the same direct message of "I'm here by your side," giving each other strength. These sincere and direct interactions are what fully support Jikook as a united couple and motivate all of us fans to keep watching every video on the channel so we don't miss a single detail of this beautiful union. Every time we stop to observe these sweet moments where their hands meet so naturally, we realize how much they miss each other when they're apart. We also have some beautiful news that fills all of us who love Jimin with immense pride. The renowned artist Lee.K, known worldwide for transforming his admiration for Jimin into true works of art, shared on his social media part of the creative process behind another spectacular painting inspired entirely by him. It's truly impressive and moving to see how, with just a few brush strokes on the canvas, he manages to capture not only Jimin's physical appearance but also all the delicacy, elegance, and unique aura that Jimin exudes with every step he takes. For this very reason, it's no surprise that Jimin is the muse who inspires so many important artists from all over the world to create paintings and drawings in his honor. For the entire fandom and for art experts, Park Jimin is not simply a music idol or a great dancer, but a true living work of art who awakens creativity, emotion, and immense admiration wherever he goes. Jimin has such a unique brilliance that he directly inspires many people to understand what it truly means to have a heart full of pure love and genuine feelings, which he shares with us in every video. It's truly beautiful for us to be able to love Jimin in this beautiful way, supporting his talent and demonstrating the lovely and special love he shows us through his songs, his everyday gestures, and his interactions. These kinds of serious artistic recognitions demonstrate that Jimin's impact goes far beyond the stage, touching the most sensitive chords of very talented people who see in him a unique beauty worthy of being painted. We, as fans who observe every detail, know that all the delicacy and elegance that painters capture in their works is the same essence that completely captivates Jungkook and unites them so closely and solidly as a couple in their daily lives. The fact that Jimin is an inspiration for art confirms how valuable he is as a person and as a partner, filling each of our hearts with immense warmth. Every time such a prominent artist shares their painting process, it shows us that the emotions Jimin conveys on stage are genuine and touch everyone's hearts. As fans, we love seeing his light shine so brightly that no one can ignore it, and it makes us incredibly happy to support him every step of the way in his career. This widespread admiration is a clear sign of how special his presence is, reflecting the same pure love he shares with Jungkook in their most intimate moments. That's why this beautiful event motivates us all to keep watching every video on the channel to continue enjoying his wonderful presence and supporting his beautiful story. Sometimes, the deepest and truest bonds between a couple aren't found in the words spoken aloud in front of others, but in everything that remains unspoken, silently hidden between them in their daily lives. What many of us directly witness between Jimin and Jungkook feels exactly like that, an immense closeness that has grown through unspoken moments, completely wordless yet undeniably powerful for the entire fandom. In the first episode of the show Are You Sure?, we witnessed a real-life event that demonstrates the strength of their beautiful relationship when Jungkook did something completely out of the ordinary at the exact moment Jimin was sick. Jungkook acted in such a sweet way simply because he desperately wanted Jimin to recover as quickly as possible and be healthy, showing that his number one priority is always taking care of him. This beautiful gesture feels less like a conscious or work-related decision, and much more like a natural protective instinct that Jungkook couldn't and didn't want to hide in front of the cameras. It's as if, amidst his concern for Jimin's health, logical thought completely fades away, and Jungkook's heart takes absolute control of his actions to be there for his partner. In that deeply moving moment of the video, it's not about false beliefs or strange rituals, but rather about sincerely and wholeheartedly wishing for the well-being of the person you love so much and who shares your life. It's a silent, simple, and direct moment, yet profoundly meaningful for us as fans, functioning as a beautiful prayer for his health, uttered entirely without words. We, as fans who closely observe every scene, know that this direct reaction from Jungkook is the clearest sign of the beautiful bond they share in their daily lives as the devoted couple they are. The fact that Jungkook changes his behavior and focuses entirely on helping Jimin when he feels unwell, both physically and emotionally, demonstrates that their connection goes far beyond a simple friendship between bandmates. They don't need to give lengthy explanations or speak into a microphone for everyone to understand the immense love and mutual care they share during the most challenging moments of Jimin's health. This beautiful, protective attitude fills our hearts with warmth and confirms once again that they are ready to support each other unconditionally in any situation they encounter together on their travels. Seeing Jungkook so devoted to Jimin's well-being in this first episode leaves us with a beautiful feeling and demonstrates that their love story is built on a foundation of complete trust and mutual security. Every small detail where Jungkook ensures Jimin is comfortable and recovering is direct proof that defends Jikook in the eyes of everyone who follows their content on social media. There's no doubt that Jungkook's presence makes the difficult moments of illness much more bearable and comforting for Jimin, both on and off the set. Therefore, This exciting event invites all of us in the fandom to continue watching all the videos on the channel so we don't miss how they take care of themselves and to continue supporting their beautiful story with all our love.